just want you to sit in your chair and go hip hip hooray for the Western press and the Western narrative, regurgitating the same old, same old, same old every single day without exception. Please watch the first two episodes, the second series. Look at that.
Absolutely fascinating.
And it was the first time the Beatles had really stopped being semi-professional almost.
Good morning, everyone. Everyone there? Yes, everyone's there. I'm here. You're there. And everybody else. Good morning. Bright morning. Freezing cold. As usual. Freezing. Poor Frank's freezing. My hands are perished. Should have worn my gloves, to be honest. Went shopping yesterday. I was absolutely perished. And then all of a sudden I went warm. Oh, mad's weather. Well, I'm. But that's by the by. Let's see who's here. Mary. Hi, Frank and friends. Hiya, Mary. And Mary says, I seen a movie months ago. I like action, sci-fi, thrillers. Yeah, same as me. I like them. Anything else is an insult to me. No, I like them, action. Tell you what I like, I know people will go, oh. But I like the franchise of, Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise is in real life, he's a bit of a divvy. And, but I think he's a good actor. So I don't mind him. And he has a good cast as well. He has a good cast with him. Also, what I like is the likes of John Wick, the franchise of that. I like Keanu. I think he's good. And action, yeah. I like adventure. I like survival films as well. I like survival. You can always hear something, So that's me, Myra. And the current films are a reflection of the... Yes. I don't like woke films. I won't watch any of them. Don't like all this wokeness. And Janet says, has anyone seen Hamlet yet? I haven't, Janet. I haven't. The son of Hamlet. No. And Paulie, hi, good morning, everyone, and chat and Frank. Thank you, Paulie. Good morning to you. I've got a notification on. Just taking my Jack Russell out around the park. Hope everyone is having a nice Saturday morning. Yep. Take your little Jack out, and because it's a fine morning. You'll be okay. Enjoy your walk. Morning, Frank and chat, says the T. And smash the likes and subscribe on the way in, please. Thank you. To Daryl. Frankie. It's terrible. Excuse me. Eight fucking coughs. The Anfield. What a Frankie, a fellow popcorn gloves. All the popcorn, see, you know, the way the road has got everybody in mind normally, you know, of an evening, loads of drink. But he knows when to drink, you see. So today he's given us popcorn. Popcorn. Amazing film last night, Denzel Washington called Flight, yeah. There he's a captain. Does he ever play a baddie? Big up raw, lads, says the T. I'd say it, the RC. He's not. I can't get over raw, you know. He knows when to give a bevy. He doesn't drink of a day. Mornings, no. Popcorn, never mind. Popcorn. And if this wasn't films and it was something else, he'd give nice cups of tea and coffee. That's what kind of a fella Anfield Road is. Just knows everything. Knows the time, what time of day to drink. And when to eat popcorn and enjoy yourself watching a good film. There you go. What a man. And Darryl says, is there any fucking way Frankie boyfriend? Thanks for the little song, Darryl. ATW. And Kyle Welsh gunner. Oh yeah, look, we've got a gunner with us, but we don't mind, do we, lads? We have a Leeds United fan, we have a Man United fan, and now we've got a gunner fan. We had a Toon fella on to meet the other night. He popped in. It was nice and polite. Nice and polite. The Anfield. Frankie, I watched that poster behind you, original, yeah, Seven Samurai, brilliant film. The original Samurai, the Japanese one. And that's what it was based on, because America, unfortunately, haven't a clue what to... they copy a lot of films. I always remember watching The Green Card with Gérard Depardieu, a French film. It was absolutely brilliant. Ever guess what happened? America copied it. The Green Card. Good film, actually. It's really good. And with Gérard Depardieu. It wasn't called The Green Card in the French thing. But nevertheless, it was copied by America. They always copy films. Always. Frankie, you don't bury before 12 o'clock, lad. Yes, I know. That's right. You show the example with the popcorn. You're a fine example. Look. There's a couple of films I want you to see. I'll just go through these and I'll tell you the films I want you to see. Greetings FC and True Red says The Boss. More than Boss, says the Young. And the Snape. Denzel Washington plays a proper baddie in a True Story 2. Yeah, that's it. You know, does he play a fucking serial killer or anything? It's like, I like Clint Eastwood, don't get me wrong, but has he ever played a fucking baddie? He always plays like a mean man, but you want him to win, don't you, Clint? You know, especially in westerns like Dirty Harry and things like that. But has he ever played a fucking serial killer or anything? That's what I want an actor to be so diverse, playing all kinds. That's why you get great actors. Anthony Hopkins, for example, brilliant actor. But you get Americans, any American film, and if there's a baddie, you have an English fella that's a baddie all the time. You have the likes of Anthony Hopkins playing, didn't you? Hannibal Lecter. You have the likes of Jeremy Irons, great stalwart actor, stage actor, and Alan Rickman, great stage actor, great actor, playing baddies in those mad die-hard films with Bruce Willis. He's in a bad way as old Bruce, unfortunately. Doesn't recognise anyone. And he's in this type of care. He's in this type of care where, you know, he'll just finally go. Doesn't recognise anyone. And, you know, if you were like one of his daughters, for example, if you like one, and going to see your dad. Yeah, hello, Dad. Just doesn't recognise it, just spaced out. Blank eyes. Horrible disease. Gerald says Denzel Washington is brilliant in Philadelphia, where brilliant that. Tom Hanks. I like Tom Hanks, by the way. And you know, there's a film on YouTube you can get talking about Tom Hanks as Castaway. Great film. Really good. Very poignant as well. Poignant. I like that. One of the best films, though, I've seen Tom Hanks. He's made some good films, you know. You know, Saving Private Ryan. The likes of that. That was a very good war film, Spielberg. But A Bridge of Sighs. Brilliant. About spies. Bridge of Spies, not Sighs. Thinking of Venice. Bridge of Spies. Great. Mark Rylance plays an East German spy in America. Gets collared. Really good film with Tom Hanks. Mark Rylance was brilliant. I think he got an Oscar, Mark Rylance. Absolutely brilliant in it. Excuse me. Have you seen the film Wee Man, anyone? No, says the boss. I can't say anything. No, never seen it. So I can't say anything about it, unfortunately. Anfield, though, yeah, Snapey, that's a good one. Still think Man on Fire or a film called Deja Vu, pretty good. Yeah, Deja Vu was good. Sort of bit towards the end of a film in Bruges. Wish I hadn't slept in the first. Great film. Brendan Gleeson, one of my favourite actors, Colin Farrell. And the fella who stole the film, as they say, is a great actor, great English actor called Ralph Fiennes. Now, I talked about diversity, very diverse, not diversity, diverse actors who can play any role. Ralph Fiennes is one of them. He can play comedy as in Bruges, and he can tell you what else I thought. He was brilliant in it, absolutely. Hotel Budapest, incredible film. But he's such a great actor as Ralph. Or Rafe. He doesn't like to be called Ralph, by the way. It's Rafe. I want to be known as Rafe. And he said, fuck off, Ralph. You can't be Rafe. But I am fair, though. I'm fair. I like love. The boss. Green Cards was remade with Dapper Do. Fred Flintstone, mate. Oh, okay. I'm freezing my nads off. I'm freezing my nads off. We'll get them warmed up, Terrell. Frankie, but if you start at 12 a.m., that's a rule for a bevy too. That's why I start at 10:30 in the morning. I don't like drinking there first thing, you see. I like a nice cup of tea. And sometimes a round of toast with marmalade on. Has to be marmalade, by the way. And the smell of toast first thing of the morning. You know, when you go abroad and you're on holiday, right, and you ask for a round of toast, little pieces of fucking bread you get, don't you? Waste of time. The Anfield says Clint Eastwood is a crap actor. Never like, go away. I've had a cup of coffee with him. Well, I had a cup of tea. Clint had a cup of coffee. Did you know that? Anfield. Me and Clint. Like that. Went up to Scotland to see these people. Went to a place called Duck Bay that we were going in the night. And who's in there? On his own. And when I asked him what he was, why he was there, what are you doing here? He said he has a week of golf with a friend or two. And he was a judge at the Cannes Film Festival, so he had a week off. And he flew to Scotland, all expenses paid and everything, for nothing. These people get everything for nothing. But nevertheless, I was talking to him. He was a gentleman. Big tall fella he is. He has a fantastic tan. Just not like a big dark thing that when we go away, we try to go as dark as possible. Golden it was. Proper gentleman he was Clint. I was calling him Mr. Eastwood through the half an hour I was with him, 25 minutes I was with him. I was just saying, Mr. Eastwood, Mr. Eastwood, talking about films. And when I was going, I said, Mr. Eastwood, I've got to go, which I had because the fellow was waiting for me. And anyway, I had to go from this complex. And I said, Mr. Eastwood, thank you. And he said, Frank, call me Clint, because you saying Clint. Don't be bothered about Mr. Eastwood. My claim to fame, me and Clint. Frankie, have you seen the film Score? Brilliant. Brilliant. Marlon Brando's in it. I think it was one of his last films, was Brando. The Score. Great film. I'll tell you a film to watch. Seeing that you like that kind of genre film, and you can get it on YouTube, with Gene Hackman. Heist. That's all it's called. Great film. Danny DeVito's in it. Heist. And a black actor, I like Lindo someone. He's a great actor, this fella, but he doesn't get many parts, this big black actor. Good actor. Tell you what he was in as well. The Core. I thought was a very good science fiction film. That's for my arcade stuff. You'll be able to get it up, if you stream it. The Core, where Aaron what's his name? Eckhart. Good actor. And Hilary Swank's in it. Is it Hilary Swank? Yes, she's in it as well. Stanley Tucci. He's in it. The Core. Very good it is. Very good. Every day. No. See, I haven't got my reading glasses on. I'm guessing words. And Darryl, get a blanket, lad, because he's cold. The boss. By the way, Frank, that Garden of Stone was... okay. Not Oliver Stone. Okay. Frank, but I get what you mean, because it's an anti-war film, really. Last time, Yanks had a conscience. Yeah. No Americans have got fucking consciences, mate. No Americans have a conscience. And I'm not talking about fucking Joe Bloggs who lives in the middle of fucking America, you know. He goes down the road to work in a cafe or so. I'm not talking about them because they haven't a fucking clue, those people. I'm talking about the foreign policies of these mad politicians and presidents. Because presidents of the United States are puppets. Puppets. I always remember this fella, he said, there's a tier. He said, there's a tier. You get pyramid. He says, and at the top, he says, you come down from the top, keep coming down until you get to the 7th tier, and that's the president. Presidents take orders from all those people from the top upwards. From where the president lies at 7th upwards. Takes all the orders. Puppet. Well, you can tell he's a puppet, can't you? See what's going on in the world today. I was telling you last night. Be surprising who wants to take over Latin America. And if you think it's America, think a fucking game. Who wants to take over Latin America? But you'll have the cartels joining these militias in Latin America to fight these Americans. I'm telling you now, if you think Vietnam was bad and they go into there, fucking finished. Yeah, Terrell. And his ball Wilson, yeah. Frankie, you should give a little film prospect. What do you mean? I'm gonna do something this year actually. But I wanna leave it as my legacy. If I get through this year, that is. I'm going to leave it as a legacy. And it's gonna be good. I know it's gonna be good. About Liverpool. Not the city I'm talking about. Prospect, film prospector goal. Well, I had my script, didn't I? There, look, still got it. It's just out there on my desk, and the likes of COVID fucked everything up for me. And it's a good script actually, and it's about a person who has a fucking big hard time, a horrible time, and yet he was a hero, a big hero. And Gary says, "Hiya, Gary. Has anyone seen Roadside Prophet?" Do you know what I was going to look at that? No, I don't. No, I haven't. I was going to have a look though, Gary. I must admit. Worst actors are Steven Seagal, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Jet Li. Jet Li's okay, but they're all martial arts, aren't they? They can run up walls and long ceilings and jump about 30 foot in the air and go like that. Excuse me. The Snape, yeah, it was true. Final scene was filmed on the way, the Mora Bridge, just outside Berlin. It was just after the Tom Hanks was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Oh, go away. Go away. The law says, I watched The Shadow of Doubt last week, great. It reminded me of our kid nipping around to eat my bacon and my lager. And you can never trust a family member. No. Shadow of Doubt was a good film. The Ross carries on by saying, Frankie, when I watched the Beatles get back, documentary, all they ate back then was toast and Robertson's marmalade. That's what I've got. John and George eating it like it's caviar. That's true, though. The Beatles. That like my granddaughter Sophia loves them. She loves them. 13 years of age. She loves the Beatles. Frankie, when I watched the Beatles get back to you, oh yeah. Yeah, just read that, haven't I? Sorry. The boss says, Denzel also in the... Are we going to talk about fucking Denzel Washington or morning? Hey, are we? We mentioned Clint. That was it. That was the end of it then. We mentioned Ralph Fiennes, who's a fucking far better actor than Denzel. Did you know that Denzel's goofy? Right, you know that? Like that, you know. Have a look at him. The Pelican Brief. Yeah, I watched that. That was Julia Robertson, that. Denzel. I called him Denzel once, and someone said, "It's not Denzel, it's not Denzel, it's Denzel." And I think that's why I went off. I said, "Oh, fuck off, fucking Denzel." Frankie, I don't dislike the man Clint, but I don't like his acting. In Unforgiven, Gene Hackman carried that move. Gene Hackman's a great great actor. And it's a shame the way he went. He had dementia. Unrecognisable. Gene Hackman. Anything Gene Hackman's in is brilliant. I'll tell you what else, when he first started off, if you'll ever watch it again, great film, by the way. Bonnie and Clyde with Warren Beatty. And he's in that. And there's Acton Stoller. Michael J. Pollard as well stole the acting credits. I don't like Faye. Has anyone seen Faye Dunaway today? She's got a permanent smile because of all the... It's like that. And there's another one. She was beautiful. Well, two ladies. One, Kim Novak. Fucking hell, have you seen the state of Priscilla Presley? Goldie Hawn. Why did he want it? Meg Ryan. Lovely looking girl. Fucking destroy each other. With all the... Know what I mean? It's terrible. Instead of getting a little tweak, they try to... And Janet says, in Bruges stars Colin Farrell, Ralph. It's Rafe, it's not Ralph. Rafe. Albeit it's spelled like Ralph. What he said, it's Rafe. Brendan Gleeson. Well, Ralph and Brendan's two of my favourite actors. Gleeson's brilliant. And the boss says, finds his excellence in the English patient. Yes, let's go along with you there, boss. Brilliant. That's what I mean. He's so diverse in his acting ability. Heist. I'll give it a go. Oh, Ramfields. Well, you can come down and kick me head in if you don't like it. If you don't like it, come down and kick me head in. Well, you know, pretend to kick me head in, that is. I don't like violence. Talk violence. Never participate in it. Snapey. Delroy Lindo. That's it. The black. He was in Malcolm X too. Great actor. Delroy Lindo. Thank you. That's the name of the man. Watch him in Core. Core. It's C-O-R-E. Core. With Aaron Lockhart. Is it Eckhart? Aaron Eckhart. Yeah. I always get mixed up with Aaron Eckhart and a fella named Viggo Mortensen. Viggo. But it is Eckhart. It's a smashing film. Smashing little film. Little science fiction one. The Core. Or Core, just Core. Be able to get that on YouTube as well. I'll tell you what I see. When I seen this on the pics when it first came out, the soundtrack's great as well. Everyone knows the soundtrack. And it was the first time that really special effects were. I went, whoa. And you can get it on YouTube. An American Werewolf. American Werewolf in London. American Werewolf in London. Jenny Agutter. Good. I'll tell you who's got a cameo in it. Brilliant as well. Brian Glover. Brian Glover. American Werewolf in London. Get that. And if you want to, I love them myself. You know me about propaganda. Fucking hate propaganda. This is what we're getting today. Tons of it. In our ears, in our eyes, in everything. Propaganda. You know that I despise it. But going back to our families, you know, our grandparents, parents, grandparents, during the war, when they were being bombed and everything. And, you know, propaganda films were coming up to lift the people. To lift the people. And you've got to watch In Which We Serve. Noel Coward. Brilliant. And you've got, he's only, I think it's his first film, to be honest. Dickie Darling Attenborough. Little Dickie Darling Attenborough. And Millsy's in it as well. Millsy's in everything. All our propaganda films to give the people, our families, a lift during wartime. And there are, Frankie, have you watched Polanski, The Tenant? I've heard it's pretty sound. Do you know what I haven't? I follow Polanski, you know. You know he was set up, don't you, in America? You know that, don't you? Good old America, you know, they've been doing it for fucking decades, setting people up. That's why he lives in France. The French would have got rid of him. Put it that way. They know the fucking score with the Yanks. Horrible people. Anyway, I follow his classics. Polanski. Hamlet, for example. Brilliant. Mel Gibson plays Hamlet, and I didn't realise how good Gibson was. Or, you know, was a great directing. But I don't mind Gibson. I don't mind Gibson. And he's turns away from woke, hasn't he? With Mark Wahlberg. He said, fuck this. I'm having this. And Macbeth. The finest version, in my opinion, film version of Macbeth. My favourite play of all time. And on film, it's the best film version ever. Best film version ever. Macbeth, Polanski. He's done Tessa de D'Urbervilles as well. You know me with English literature. I love my literature. And Tessa de D'Urbervilles as well. He does it right to what you read. The context. So Polanski and Fields, yeah, love him. Set up by the Americans so he couldn't go to Hollywood. He'd just fucking outdone them all. And his wife, pregnant wife, 9 months, she was into a 9th month. What that fucking Manson did. And his followers. They should have just put him up against the fucking wall then and tortured him. And his followers, what they done to them people. Fucking shocking. And he became a fucking hero in jail. That's what kind of fucking people they are. The Yanks. Became like a lawyer in jail. Giving advice to fucking criminals to go out and fucking do whatever they did before while they're in there. Fucking hate criminals. Anyway, the boss. Glad we got all our yesterday's team going. In my opinion, the 70s was the time when Yanks actually released true films. I wouldn't believe fucking anything they release, mate. There's always something, there's always an undercurrent with them. You see, when you get the genre of slasher films, that's what goes on in America. I watch it every day. You might think I've got something against America. I haven't got anything really against the ordinary Americans, but only the presidents. You know, people say Obama was a great president. He was a fucking horror, him. And he got a Nobel Peace Prize. A fucking got at him. Blood on his hands like every other fucking president. From Lyndon B. Johnson upwards. Even Roosevelt in the Second World War. Had blood on his hands, eh? He gave the fucking go-ahead for an atomic bomb. Yeah, go. Green light in it. They're all fucking at it. There's only a JFK. And they got rid of him because he was a peace man. He stopped the Cuban Missile Crisis. Him and Khrushchev stopped the missile crisis. Could have been a Third World War, a nuclear war. Well, a hydrogen war. Not a nucleus today. It was about a hydrogen one then. And they went, this fucking fella's no good for us. We can't make money with this fella. Because they had, what it was, the way they looked at it politically, you had JFK, the people loved him. What you do if people love you, you get rid of them. I know I'm digressing here, but it's like the way we got rid of Jurgen Klopp. Not we, you, me, no. I'm talking about the hierarchy. Because he had the fans like that. And everybody loved Jurgen. Get rid of him. And that's why they got rid of JF. Because his brother, there was going to be a dynasty of 20 odd years of the Kennedys. With Bobby Kennedy coming in, he was the one. And then another fella that was set up, Edward Kennedy. Teddy, set up with Mary Jo Kopechne at Chippaquiddick. Set up. The car was. The fucking car was. Yeah, so disaster for them. So that would have been a dynasty of the Kennedys. Going on to be, sorry about that. Going on to be presidents of the United States. What you get today, you would have never have had with the Kennedys. Not with these megalomaniacs in charge. So I'll have to take my word for it. But anyway, Frank deserves a go on the red carpet. Bless him, says Dad. Do you know what? Do you know the way? I know that you can Google it. I know, and it's unfair. But I've always said, can you name the Magnificent Seven? I'll just say the other six, Neil Brenner. And no one ever gets a fella. Nobody. Then I say, what was he, in real life? Besides being a little actor, an actor, what was he? And when I tell them what he was, they go away. Yes. Surprising. I'm not going to tell you who it is and what he did. Shall we capitalize these comments, Frank? Yes, because I can't fucking see. The Raw does it. The Snape does it, but I think the Snape's there. Forgot about me again. One of Frank says, lovely little Linda Ellis. Hiya, Linda. Morning. Achie. I've never seen Steven Seagal use his legs. He'd be crap on a football pitch. Love you, Frank. He just uses his legs. He kicks about, doesn't he? Couldn't act the goat anyway, Stephen. And the boss to the Snapey. Understands your reaction, Castaway, but the scene that got me was when he had to accept that his wife, soulmate, was lost to him as a consequence. Tough scene. That was brilliant. That's why I said it was very poignant. I like poignant films as well, where there's poignancy that comes into it. And there's quite a few of them. Yep. I'm half an hour before you, Frank, on here. What for? Why? Snapey says, Steven Seagal is despised amongst the thespian community in the States while he's the highest ranked Westerner in Aikido at 7th Dan. But apparently his hubristic arrogance is prevalent. Puts people off. He lives in Russia. Lives in Russia. Does Seagal. And you've got to ask, why does he live in Russia? Why? Jack Nicholson, The Shining, amazing film. Here's Johnny. I like Jack Nicholson. The Shining, to me, it wasn't a horror. How do you claim that to be a horror is beyond me. The horror to me of all horrors, excuse me, is The Exorcist. The Exorcist. Great film. Frightening. Only ever seen it once, never again. Frightened me, that. Excuse me. I'm taking this medication. I won't tell you what it does to me. Anyway, actually says, I reckon Ken Dodd Diddy Men would give Steven Seagal a kicking. Look at the size of their boots. Diddy. No, Doddy. I was going to watch that, Jeanette. Salmon Fishing in the Yemen. Another excellent film. I was going to watch it and didn't watch it. Something came up. I don't know what. AWI, all London. Another great. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry, Janet. Sorry. Linda was also in the Sides of the House. Yes, that Delroy, yeah. Sides of the House rules. And I saw the American Werewolf in the cinema. You are right, Frank. Special effects, Lucas, at the time were impressive. Agatha was a pin-up of the time, yes. Love Jenny. There was a fella there, was what's his name? Something John anyway. He was in it with him. That was his mate when they were walking across the moors. And he became one. And he didn't become one, he was dead. But anyway, that's by the by. And his sister, unfortunately, I think she was 20, was murdered. His sister, she was at tell you what she was in. Poltergeist. Great film. Tobe Hooper directed it. Poltergeist. She was in that, the young girl in it. Murdered, that girl. Murdered. What's his name? Well, anyway, something done. TW, I just finished watching an 8th season called Three Body is that problem? Yeah, Three Body Problem. TW. Which was very good. It's on Netflix and they are filming a second series now. Worth a watch. I won't watch, first and second series. I don't watch them. See, these things go on. I highly recommended Tulsa King with Stallone. Highly recommended that. And then they has a second series, so I thought I'll have a go at it. Because I won't watch them, no matter who they are. But it's impressed me, the first series. And there was only short episodes, if you know what I mean. Like 8 or 10. Fucking hell. Getting this fucking pain back. 8 or 10 episodes. So I watched it and it was brilliant. But a third series come out and I went. So I went back, but it was rehashing everything else. You'd seen it from fucking series 1 and 2. And, you just got, fuck that. So I won't watch anything like that, unfortunately. I highly recommended a series, just one off, bang. 10 episodes, bang. And I got up one Saturday morning and I watched it back to back right through. Fucking 10 hours of it. And that was The Outsider with Jason Bateman. Brilliant. And I think one person's watched it. The Outsider. If you want something to get your teeth into, get into that. Stand By Me is one of my favourite films, says Janet. About kids, that, isn't it, really? Young people. That became drug abusers, the all heroin and things like that. Phoenix, River Phoenix. Soundtrack makes it, yeah. Fried green tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe. Good, yeah. I love Stanley Tucci's American series, yeah, where he goes around Italy with food. Stanley Tucci's a great actor, by the way. I disagree, Frank. Well, there you go. I think the films like MASH were released in, you're talking Alan Alda, aren't you? Yeah, well, that's fine. Even the film MASH with Elliot Gould. So, yeah, I agree there. I disagree. I think that films like MASH were released in the 70s and would not get a chance after that decade when the USA won the world. From the 1980s onwards, as the USSR collapsed. People say about the USSR collapsing, that it didn't collapse. Get your fucking facts right. I don't like when people just come out and fucking say a thing, oh, it collapsed. Because you're listening to fucking what it didn't collapse. Gorbachev and what's his fucking name? I always forget this senator's name. And he was talking and he said, Gorbachev said, what I'm going to do, he said, if I take the wall down and give back the autonomy to countries, he said, I don't want NATO to go any further eastward. And they said, yeah, never trust an American, ever. Ever, 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 any fucking American. Never trust them. No matter who they are. I know, I've experienced them. Anyway, that's by the by. And they said, yeah, okay. So the Duma has a massive meeting. And they said, okay, yeah, let's go. And then the wall came down. In 1991, they said, okay, the autonomy for everybody. Because why Russia, why the USSR, the Soviet Union, they put a fucking big boundary. So after the Second World War, they said no one's fucking coming through to us again. We've had a fucking enough of it. And that's why they did that, to put that boundary. And people get the wrong idea. They get the wrong idea, really, about during Stalin. Yeah, you know, he was a xenophobe. He was a terrible xenophobe. Point is, though, you know, during the Soviet period, I know a colleague of mine. When he was at college, he actually went to the Soviet Union in 1981 on a college trip. You know, people said that they had the doors closed to everyone. Didn't. Fucking go there if you wanted. And you see all the films, all the propaganda films, when, like, say, ballerinas and ballet dancers, you know, the Bolshoi, you know, come over to, and they go, I want political asylum. Like Rudolf Nureyev, Nureyev just fucking stayed here. If they wanted him fucking back, they would have fucking kidnapped him, like Maduro got kidnapped. You see what I mean? Loads of bollocks. It fucking didn't collapse. They just gave the autonomy. They gave the autonomy to all the countries. And what did they do? Hey, like Yugoslavia. Tito. Fucking hell. But America was made up, weren't they? They went, yeah, okay, yeah. And what did they do, America? Because they are NATO, America are NATO. Forget this fucking Mark Rutte, that fucking arsehole. America and NATO. And they just went straight up to the fucking borders. Hence, Ukraine. Have a look. Get a map. Google a fucking map of NATO and where they are. Don't fucking tell me about the collapse. The breakup. And it was the Soviets who did it. Gorbachev. The boss says, Yul, McQueen, Bronson, Vaughan. Can't remember the other American or Mexican actors of the 7. Well, the other fellow was Brad Dexter. No one could get him. Didn't have a fucking clue who he was. Brad Dexter. And do you know what he was? Hey? He was Frank Sinatra's bodyguard. And he put a few people away, including Mr. McQueen. McQueen was always this pose, you know. Mr. fucking cool, horrible man, him, by the way, McQueen. How he treated his ladies. Fucking horrible, him. But Brad got him by the fucking scruff of the neck and says, do you want a flat nose? Because it'll be fucking all over your fucking face. Because he was trying to be funny with people, you know. And he fucked this woman off or something. You know, she came over and everyone was just signing autographs. And that's it. He just went, fuck off. That's what he did. I've just fucking paid my arm with that. doing that. Can't raise my arms, you know. Anyway, told him, he went over there, Brad. I said, can I have a words with you? He went, oh, what? You know, they were sitting around, they were on this fucking little tech chair things. He said, can I have a word? That's what happened. Put your nose all over your fucking face. You fucking horrible prick. Whatever he called him anyway. So he wasn't really Mr. Cool. He was all right. Hitting women. But where it came to fellas, very wary. I thought Stallone was good in Copland, mate. Yeah, movie. Yeah, great. Copland, brilliant. De Niro, Harvey Keitel. Yeah, very good. Where he played like just an ordinary sheriff trying to keep it the peace, but you get all the New York fellas, you know, all those fucking horrible cops that go around beating people up and shooting them and whatever. Yeah, very. Shit. Fuck. I don't realise how fucking much pain I'm in. Just back from the walk. I'm listening and learning. Hope the dog is all right. You never walk their legs off it. Also, the Body Problem series last year was different. Yeah, where to look. Never seen it. Paulie says, talking of propaganda war film, the scene in Ice, brilliant. When the soldiers poured the cold gas, yeah. No, that was in the car. That was in the bar. And they had loads of takes on that. And Millsy ended up bevied because Sylvia Sims said, it's a tough throat. Can we do that again? No, yeah, they understand that, boss. I have lived in the former Yugo. I know you have. Was banned in Kiev until, well, just be careful about having a go at someone who may know at least as much as you, Frank. Thanks for show. Adios. Better go now. Not my words, Frank, due to the CIA position and the influence at the time. I know as much as anyone about what's going on. I was there. Not remote commentator. Yeah. So you're calling me a remote commentator? Okay, fine. No problem with calling me that. But I don't like the word collapse because it didn't. That's what they want you to believe. And everybody else, oh yeah, the USSR collapsed. There's no just for no, it fucking didn't. You know that, and I know that. Russophobes, I'm afraid. Just that, and what great film, marvellous about damaged Neil Baldwin. Neil Baldwin, who was a clown, many other things than Kitman, who became Stoke City legend. Mascot, great, most true story. Just started the great, marvellous about the damaged Neil Baldwin, who was a clown, and many other things. The Kitman, who became a Stoke City legend. Never heard of him. Never heard of the film. either, to be honest. No. But anyway, that's my things for today. An American Werewolf in London, but it doesn't go under that title. It goes, I don't know what it's fucking called under there, but you'll be able to get it up anyway on YouTube. Heist. I'll tell you another good film to get on there. You can get it on YouTube. James Marsden and Cameron Diaz and Frank Langella. Great Frank Langella. The Box. Good film. The Box. That's all it's called, The Box. As I said, In Which We Serve, good propaganda film. Second World War. I'll tell you another, while we're on a propaganda film and Second World War, one with David Niven in, and you see loads of stalwart actors in this. And this was a propaganda film. The Way Ahead. And you get a colorized version of it. I watched the colorized version. Great. The Way Ahead, David Niven. And if you think David Niven just came back, and did all these, propaganda, no. He could have just stayed in America like that coward, Cary Grant. Coward him. Cary the Grant. Dead smart though. Always immaculate him. Cary Grant. Coward though. See, when war broke out, David Niven, he came right back here and joined his old regiment. Because before he was an actor, he was an officer and a gentleman. And he was nearly killed at D-Day. He was in the Normandy landings and nearly killed. And Leslie Phillips came back as well. Not Leslie Phillips, I'm sorry. Leslie Howard. He came back from America. Another actor, and he was killed though. And the strange thing about that, with him being killed, he was killed. The Germans went after him in a plane. They thought that Winston Churchill was being carried in this plane, was in flight in this plane, and it wasn't. And he was in it. Shot down, killed. Leslie Howard. Tell you what he was in, Leslie Howard. He was a big actor, British, but he was in Gone with the Wind as well. But he was in Pimpernel Smith. That's a good little propaganda film as well. Pimpernel Smith. Leslie Howard. And Paulie says, I like Michael Caine, A Funeral in Berlin and A $1 Billion Brain, which old Bubble knows was also brilliant. Acting by Gene Hackman, who Frank has said he likes. I think he's great, Hackman. Tell you what I like Michael Caine in. Zulu. Zulu, and Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. It's good in that. And also, fucking hell. Oh, what was it? And it's on the telly now, funny enough. Ah, blimey. Where he goes up to Newcastle because of his brother's death. And he finds out that he was murdered. And he goes around. Oh, I forget what it was called. It's gone out of my mind, unfortunately. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there, people. Don't forget The Outsider. Watch it. Heist, watch it. Because Heist is a very good film with Gene Hackman, Danny DeVito, and that Delroy Lindo. Good actor. And I tell you, up and coming actor who's in it, he was up and coming then, and he's a great actor, and that's Sam Rockwell. He's in it. Great twist of the story as well. Heist. And as one of the lads said, I think he's gone now, down third row. I think it was him. The Score with Robert De Niro, Edward Norton, and even Marlon Brando was in it. Great. And on that note, thank you so much for joining me this morning. The Magnificent, if you think that they're the Magnificent Seven, you're wrong. So they're others. There's a fella there. His name is Robert Fuller. Just about see his face. That's Claude Akins. Here, that's Claude Akins. You can see his face. Having a fucking, I can't see, you see. Can't see the others. I think it's a mixture of now. That looks like James Coburn. But James Coburn, he was in the original one, yeah, but when they did all these, when they did the follow-up, the Return of the Seven, load of bollocks. But anyway, I'm going now. And hope to see you soon. Thank you. It's the watch along on Monday. The watch along. Everyone's made great point. We played great. Second half. So for 45 minutes, we've been brilliant. Let's hope that we can sustain it. But I still want that fucking slot gone. I really do. People will disagree with me. But I'm not bothered. I just want the best for my club. He's not the fucking answer. I think he's proved it. Even last season. And this season we've been fucking absolutely dreadful. But that's me. That's my opinion. If you disagree, fine, you know. You'll have, everybody has an opinion. Everybody has opinions. And if you can't express opinions, no matter what it is, whether it's political, whether it's religion, whether it's football, whether it's about the fella down the street or the woman over the road, that's your opinions. And you're allowed to express them. I express mine. You express yours. And poor Frank's in fucking pain. Okay, now. It's when I... Love you, Frankie. Thanks, Daryl. Thanks. So I'll see some of you on Monday with the watch along against Barnsley. We're playing Barnsley. I've broken my big toe. Nothing worse than that. Nothing worse. People think, like breaking a toe or whatever, I can still get about. The fucking pain's excruciating. I was at the doctors and Aussie and everything yesterday. And I'm going to be sorted out, hopefully. Hopefully sorted out. I just really need to get... I just really need to... they put agents on this lovely doctor. Female doctor, young, vibrant, knows the score. And I've seen her typing out. And then she said, I'm posting this. This is urgent. I'm sending it right through now. And I'm also going to the phone them. I want to see her in 2 weeks' time. And she's also given me these, the fucking chemist never sent them down to me. She said, they'll be in today, I want you to take them. For what I'm suffering now. These pain things. You don't call them painkillers now. It's inappropriate. It's pain relief. But anyway, that's me. That's me for today. It's like match of the day, isn't it? Me for the day. And I'll see some of you on Monday with the watch along. Let's hope, eh? Be interesting to see what team he puts out. I think he'll put the kids out because we've got City next, haven't we? And Martinelli, I don't know what's happened to it. I think he should be banned in for 6 fucking weeks. 6 fucking weeks, 6 games he should be banned for him. Disgusting. What he did. And he had the ball in his hands when he first happened. And he fucking hit him with it. Then tried to, excuse me, and tried to drag him off the pitch. And what you're seeing, Szoboszlai did and McAllister. That's where the Argentinian thing came out in McAllister. Temper. Especially Szoboszlai when he fuck off. And Big Ibu. And that little Jesus. Fucking horrible him. Jesus. And people say, people think that, because you want Slot gone, that you don't want Liverpool to win. I don't know where they get that from. You must think. Can't think wrong. I want Liverpool to win, lose these. Not proper supporters. I want Liverpool to win every game. Every game. I don't give 2 fucks about Slot and his system. Anyway, I'm going to go. Have a good weekend. See some of yous on Monday. It's 12 o'clock now. Thank you so much for keeping me company. Just want to thank these Gap Painting Services for sponsoring the Frank Carlyle. Every fucking pod they do, every one of them. Fully time served, no cowboys. No cowboys in this firm. Get them in. If you work for the NHS and if you're an elderly couple, get them in. Don't struggle, you get a special discount. And if you want a decent price, just ask them to come in and give you the price without any obligation. Great bunch of lads. Gap Painting Services. I'll see some of yous on Monday. Thank you, people. Love yous. Really do. Thank you. Ciao.